Vine Dream Team. Last week, Melissa introduced us to the 90 Days of Prayer initiative that we've started as we are embarking on this time where we are trying to figure out what to do in the future, the future of Vine Church, and what the future is for our building. And we are so thankful you are joining us in this important time of prayer. I would like to talk about a practice that I have found helpful over the past couple of years. I'm going to talk about the prayer of examen. If you've heard about this, great. If not, no problem. It's a prayer that was developed by Ignatius of Loyola in the 16th century. It's a prayer to help review and reflect over the day, the course of the day, and a time to grow closer to God and see where He's interacted with us throughout the day. There is a formal traditional way to do this prayer, either at the end of the day or at midday and the end of the day. And there are 5 main components of this prayer. It's thanksgiving, petition, review, response, and looking ahead. I personally found following this particular process or procedure a little bit difficult, and so I was thankful when a couple of years ago I read an article about another version, another way to do the prayer of examen, and I have found this to be very helpful. I'll call it the quick and easy version of the prayer of examen. So what I do is at the beginning of the year I get a calendar from the dollar store, and I make sure that it's got space for me to write down a few things on each day. And then what I do is at the end of the day, I sit down with God and we just have a little chat like I would with my husband or with a best friend about my day and what went on during the day. And then I have certain things that I review. Now in this prayer of examen, we use symbols to help remind us what to reflect on or to review about. And you can see, this is what I've done for January. And I just write down a word or a phrase for each of the prayers or for each of the reflections, just because that helps me process my day. So the first thing I do is I use an arrow pointing upward, and ask myself, when did I feel closest to God today? When did I feel His consolation in my life? The second thing I write down is a downward arrow, an arrow pointing downward, and I ask myself, when did I feel farthest from God today? When was there desolation in my life? The third thing I write is a smiley face, and I like this one. It's what am I most grateful for today? When did I receive a blessing from God? When did He send me a little love note during the day? The fourth thing I write down is a heart, and that is, what is the prayer of my heart today? What has been laid heavy on my heart? What do I want to be praying for in particular that day? The fourth thing is a stick figure, and this is where I ask myself, what did I do to care for my body or soul to draw nearer or closer to God on purpose today? And so those are the 5 different areas that I reflect on each day, and it's just a nice way to close the day and to talk with God and to think about where He's been busy in my life during the day and how I can honor and glorify Him better in the days to come.